Welcome back for the love of food. What we are cooking today is we are going to cook a cornbread, and that is going to go perfect with our chicken that we're going to fry. So what we're going to start off with is in a medium-sized bowl is 1 cup of cornmeal. And what we're going to add to that is 3/4 cups of flour, and this is just regular all white all-purpose flour. We are going to add 1½ teaspoons of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I've already pre-measured those. Mix those together. And then lastly, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. So we're going to mix this together. We are going to prepare this in an 8x8 pan. I'm using a throwaway pan, but you could use a casserole pan, a baking pan. Just make sure it's greased either with butter or cooking spray. Now that we have that mixed up, we are going to take 1½ cups in another bowl of Now we're going to take 1½ cups of buttermilk. We are going to add 2 eggs. If you didn't want to use whole eggs, you could use 3 egg whites. I've got whole eggs, so I've added the 2 whole eggs. And then we have 6 tablespoons of melted butter. So we're going to go ahead and give that a mix. And then we are going to add it to our cornmeal, flour, sugar mixture. Cornbread is super easy. It's one of those staple things that, you know, takes about 5 minutes to prepare, 25 minutes in the oven, and it's a really good side dish to go with the rest of your meal. So go ahead and mix this up for about 2 to 3 minutes. You know, I'm using a fork. I tend to use forks a lot to mix up my stuff. You could also use a blender. Just make sure you want to get all those lumps out. Alright, so that's just about set. You're not going to be able to get every single lump out, and that's for the reason of cornmeal being very grainy. But you just want to make sure there's no big clumps of flour or anything like that. So now we're going to transfer this to our pan. There we go. And then you just want to kind of, just like if you were going to bake a cake, just kind of want to shake it out a little bit. It'll get nice and even. And we are going to put this in the oven at 425 degrees for 25 minutes. You can use the toothpick test. So if you have a toothpick after the 25 minutes, slide it right into the middle of your cornbread. Pull it out, and it should have no batter residue. You want the toothpick to be nice and clean. Enjoy!